Listen. Yeah. Yes, God. Oh. Get that out of there. Hey everybody, it's your boy Matty Rants. Thank you so much for tuning in to this evening installment of another review on my channel here on YouTube. It's Dragula season 4, child. They talking about the Last Supper. We have a lot to discuss. So what's the giggle, what's the gag, and what is the goop? Hope everyone's having a good time and get yourself ready together. Get your libations, get your alcohol, because I know Dooley's got something to say. And we got Blake Keisha here today too. So it's a little mini panel for this reunion. I'm just going to go ahead and say thank God for Coco came. I don't think I've ever had to shake or that many times in my life, but we could have talked about it. Plus, just because this was the reunion for Dragula, for my Patreon subscribers, I am doing a reaction. I actually filmed my reaction to this episode, so that will be out on Patreon tomorrow. Remember, that's as low as $1 to subscribe to that. I'm so glad I did a reaction to it because it was a lot. And we're certainly going to unpack here today. Now, let's go ahead and get my social medias out the way so I can get my co-host up into this gig. It's your boy, Matty Rants. Find me on Linktree. Grab a branch. Eat some fruit. Digest. Activia. Jamie Lee Curtis haircut. Do all of those things. And while you're doing those things, you can find me on those social media pages everywhere at Matty Rants, except for Twitter, which is at the Matty Rants. And then, of course, you already know what's up on stereo for podcasts. And yeah, lots of reviews and with Patreon for my reactions. Okay. What's going on, Mark? So happy for Saint. It's a good day. Hey, Clinton, vacation friend. Come through, Maddie, Julie, and Blake. All right, let's go ahead and get this started here today. I'm going to go ahead and start it off with a good shoulder, if I will. And I see a video popped up, too. I said, all right, there you go. Let's go ahead and give it up for Dooley _noted.
Hello.
Hello.
It's Tuesday.
That's why we're here.
These days just be going bad. But
I'm
we're
like,
here.
Exactly. Also on HBO, we're here. Yes, Dooley, how are you doing today?
I'm good. You know, your girl just finished getting a cute little pump. You know, now she's here, hanging out and ready to talk about this. This was a great episode. And like, you know, he was texting through and I was like, baby, like my name is Jasmine Masters and I have something to say.
I'm so glad I have our group chat on Do Not Disturb, so I would not have been like, I had no idea what was going to happen when I watched it really later in the day. And then when I finally saw it and I said, oh, our Judy came today. And it was everything I needed and then some, like, honestly. And there were several things that were unpacked that I appreciated that the girls came with. And you know, it's Sigourney. You stood your ground, bitch, but Coco had your back.
So we gonna get into this. I don't know this, but Sigourney gives me Virgo energy. Like, she was trying to stay composed. The way that she said, I'm like, that's a Virgo. I love me some Virgo energy. And I was like, that bitch is a Virgo. I don't know this, but I'm feeling it in my spirit.
Ooh.
Hit us up and let us know.
We would love to know the beef. We want to know the beef. Dooley, social medias, and we'll get Blake up on this gig and the Brim Reaper in here.
Yeah, so as Matt said, I finally got around to editing that video, y'all. I dropped the video for the apple mustard glazed ham. So like, share, comment, follow me on YouTube at Dooley Does Food, where I teach y'all how to take the shit that's in your house and to make a well-composed meal. I got 4 other videos I need to sit down and edit, but luckily, you know, I got some vacation time coming up, so I'll be able to get to them eventually. You can find me on Twitter at _DooleyNoted_. That's _DOOLEYNOTED_. And then you can find me on Instagram at Dooley Noted. That's DOOLEY__NOTED for all my content. And then Dooley Does Food just for the food content. Follow me. I'm a hoot.
Thank you, Dooley. And I see y'all in the comment section here. Remember, this is a live review, so your comments will also be included in this gig. I see some of y'all like to take screenshots and post me on Twitter in moments where my face goes. I said, "Oh my god, oh my god." I'm okay with it. That was a shock at 2 a.m. in the morning, waking up to that. I was like, "Wait, when did I make that face? What the fuck I say?" It's Sigourney and Coco for me. Sorry, I've been playing that Vincent song Higher over and over again today because I just got into the Vincent zone. I'm way late, but it's been a fabulous run. Let's go ahead and bring in my other fabulous friend here, giving you a nice ocean blue, and I do mean closer to the deep wall background here with a brim as long as 5 inches, sometimes 3. I'm not talking about other inches here. Listen, a house note. No car notes. Listen, I'm not talking about this bitch business. She's money. Let's go ahead and bring her in. It's Blakesha the Successful.
Greetings, salutations, salutations, friend.
Blakesha, good to
Hello,
see ya.
Blakesha the Successful.
Blakesha.
How are you?
Hello. And Sigourney is a Virgo. Her birthday is September 8th.
Is she really? Yes!
Boom.
The whole time I was like, she really want to cuss these motherfuckers out, but she trying to keep that shit contained. That's a Virgo, baby.
I can't. I'm like, who is a Libra on the cast? And it better not be Mary Cherry.
I just have to say, like, I'll be up at like 9 o'clock watching Dragula, and Dooley be like, girl, why are you watching Dragula at 9 o'clock?
Bitch, I'm in the same group chat as you. I'm like, I'm just getting to like, all right, I have to go and get my coffee. And Blake's like, oh, this episode is everything. Sis, I haven't even grabbed the spice of my life yet. Like, how dare you?
Baby, I just shower. I'm on coffee cup number 1.
I'm
like,
it's happening.
Like, you know, I'd be going to bed extra late since my only time to do anything is in the middle of 1 a.m. in the morning. So I'd be on like my Nintendo or whatever. But then when I wake up, I'm like, okay, I need the caffeine rush. And then Blake's like, I've seen the entire episode. It's like, this is me. Do not disturb group 24 hours. I'll be back. I have to remind myself, check the messages, make sure they didn't say anything. Cause like, it could be important. Like Blake got hit by a car, like, or things we don't like.
Baby, my Bustelo still be hot.
I said that'd be important.
Girl.
Let me knock on this wood table real quick. Let me not get hit by no car.
Let's knock on this. Where is this coffin at? Here we go. Ooh, there we go. There we go. On Zavaletta's coffin. Oh my goodness gracious.
Honey.
Girl, Coco got you together. Oh my God. Okay.
I love her.
Coco got a couple of the girls together.
I love her. Like, Coco was already at a 10, and now I gotta just bump her to like a 12. Like, She was me. I felt like I was there. Like everything that I wanted to say.
That was how I was. I was like, oh, this is exactly how I be dragging a bitch in the back room. Like, oh, what we're not gonna do.
And I was like, yes, bitch, speak the truth. Say what happened in that room. Because you were there and we were there with you.
We found out some people were exaggerating stories too. We found out other people like to play victim when their first narrative doesn't work for their argument, and then when they've been gathered, it's now, why are they coming at me this way? But then again, we saw that all season. We'll get to her. I put people's pictures in order by how I felt that we needed to talk about them. If their picture wasn't there, that means in the group shot I have a little something for them. But that's kind of how this like reunion went. We needed to specifically go into people because I will be dragging the Boulay brothers again for their comfortable outfits. It's okay.
It was real. Like we're sitting and
like they've been doing, sitting.
We're sitting.
Let them live.
I want them to live as far as them going to hell and living, as you know they would like to do. But you know, I know that was Moses. That was Moses as Jesus in the production of Bastard Child America's something. I don't know what that was. I know it was comfortable. I know it was super comfortable. I know it was a sheet on top of another sheet.
I know it didn't cost her more than $10.
I know she wore sandals.
Baby, Homegirl rolled up in flats, no nails, and a sheet, and I was like, "Baby, like this is your time to flourish and pop
But
off."
formaldehyde gets dragged.
Right.
Baby. And no face paint. She had on lipstick.
And a lash that lasted about 2 seconds, but higher than I've ever been. Okay, sorry. Here we go. Listen. Not me.
Girl, we didn't already started, child.
I will be quoting him the whole night with the dragfish. All right. So we didn't get no sort of, let me walk onto the stage and have a moment for the looks. So we'll try our best to give them what they are given based on pictures that I have presented today. But it was the Last Supper reunion here. It was Christmas themed, which was appropriate for when this was going to air. So shout out to them for getting that right. I appreciated it. I was like, was this recent after everything filmed, or was this like in the middle of it all? And it seemed like it was. So that's why I was like, oh, okay, this is fresh. Like, we've talked about this recently. They didn't go home and it was like a year later, like Canada's Drag Race season 1. So I was here for that. But also the result of this episode 2, I was okay with. I was fine.
Very that.
So cue the humongous big white production lights, because we're not going to use the other one so it doesn't get too warm on set. As you know, only a few people dressed to go swimming, boulets. Girl, it is Judy Jetson vampire hooker whore.
Leave Drake Mortar and Swanthula alone.
I love them to death, but god damn it, like, God bless America. And then when she took off her heels too, and I was like, oh, sister, you know, it was like.
What I will say though, compared to some of them other shows that have reunions, I really appreciated the fact that they interacted with the girls like fucking human beings, and like they were able to give us production and conversation while also being a person. And I love that, because like you could show that they actually had an appreciation for the girls and what was happening. So I do want to give them that.
You know what? Thank you for that good old marshmallow on top of that shore right there for them, so they can say, at least that one's nice, but I'll keep it real. Okay.
Girl,
that was all lovely.
I didn't see no microphone in their ears feeding them information about the girls from the psyche veil. They was actually having a conversation.
She was like, I wasn't backstage, but I've got questions about what we didn't see. Like, so can you just let us know?
I like them. Let's not just, I'm not going to sit there and say that they're horrible people. I'm just talking about the fact that when I look at the host, I want a little bit of like boom, boom. And I ain't been given none of that, but some sprinklers, some sparklers tea.
Matt said, is it fashion?
That's all. If anything, I love the Boulay brothers. I support the show, do all that. I've been reviewing this for years. However, god damn it.
We'll see y'all in May. Please don't murder us.
I don't want to be
exterminated.
I've given them this before. This ain't new. This is not my first time at this rodeo. But I will say it does look like them babies about to take a bath. Just dive in the pool. Either way, the set was lit. There you go. Let's start getting into some of these peoples and their looks. Okay. All right, Dooley. Okay, so let's see here. Now, as much as you say what you say, no, it is still Velcro. All right, so Mary Cherry is a tree, Sigourney Beaver. I did this wrong with how I was going to order this. Sigourney Beaver is the Christmas tree. She is the present. She's the whole entire factor. I don't know what Dolly is, but the face paint is wonderful. I just don't.
Dolly is here as Dolly.
Period.
Our non-binary drag creature that's here do their job.
I was like, maybe they're like, I just was invited to like the family Christmas and I just dressed. I don't know. Zabaleta is about to work after this. Coco killed someone with her nails. I thought she was fabulous. I don't even know what she was given, but it was just fabulous to me. I thought she was a black snow bunny. I was here for it.
It's 2022 Shanae. Shanae got to upgrade.
Mrs. Claus got killed, and like this is what she would look like.
There you go. You go. Dolly is a Sith Lord.
They do look like a Sith Lord. I see it. I see what you mean.
I see that.
I see what you mean.
Let's see. Coco reminded me of that woman from The Grinch. Okay, okay, I see that. I love and
Christine
Coco and
Baranski's
her
character.
snapping that fan. um, Astrud is a reindeer.
Rudolph. She's Rudolph.
Okay, I'm gonna just say reindeer.
On the close up, like her nose is bloody red.
I know.
It wasn't well executed though.
It's okay.
It was cool. Oh, yeah. And then Jay Jolie is over there, serving glam.
I think she looks good.
She looks the
She
best I
did.
think ever looked.
I was upset at Jade a little bit later though. I felt something was very unnecessary in that it was like, I know why you did what you did, and I'm cool with that, but like you didn't have to do that. So we'll get there in a second. Like you really
Yeah,
didn't
fuck
have
you
to.
and can't push it.
Whew. All
Like the
right,
rest of
now
us.
I'm gonna give Sarah and I'm gonna give Bitter Betty some credit here because I was here for this motherfucking Batman Returns outfit, bitch, from Miss Mama who was knocked off the building from the bats, whatever. Yeah, I was here for the look. I thought that was fabulous. I was like,
It took me a little
okay,
while to get into it, but I was like, what are these bats? What is this? I was like, oh, this
Batman
looks familiar. I was like,
Returns.
oh, this is Batman Returns.
When the
Work.
Penguin had fucked it all up or whatever,
Mhm.
because Catwoman had kidnapped her, and the Penguin was like, haha, and made it seem like Batman did it.
I fully contend that movie made me gay. I don't know what it was. Michelle Pfeiffer when she whipped that whip around and cracked the mannequin head. I don't know what happened in my little
It
4/5-year-old homosexual body, but it triggered something.
It was when she did that cartwheel to that double
When
backhand.
she went into the sporting goods store and acted a plum
A
fucking
goddamn
fool,
fool.
Goddamn fool.
and it was everything.
And when
Bitch
she
put
blew that bitch up and then came out
she
and
put the
said,
things in the microwave and just
yeah.
rolled off like nothing
Oh, when she
happened.
backflipped and it was like
That's what I'm saying. It was the cartwheel to the double back handspring, and she looked at the girl and said, yeah.
my little gay brain was like, I can't
It was
function.
when she got knocked down and landed in the truck, and she was like, kitty
But I'm
litter.
a woman.
Yeah. Michelle Pfeiffer ate that roll up. I'm sorry.
Trigger
Ate it
something
up.
deep inside me.
Ate it up. 300 plus in the room. Thanks for being here. Hit that like button. So go ahead. I'll give it to I'll give it. That was it. That was pussy for me. I was like, oh, I'd award something like this. Formaldehyde.
I like that she's committed to her masks. I do. I just don't know that she reads really well on screen.
I
agree.
I like formaldehyde, the person and the personality. Like when they speak, I'm like, okay, like I'm feeling you, but you're right. Like it feels like their drag is still kind of evolving and kind of like changing and taking form. And that's okay, and that's certainly fine. But I agree with your sentiment, Blake.
They say a picture's worth 1,000 words, and I think for formaldehyde's case, that's what more words would come out of from a picture of the still with the mask versus just seeing it compared to a full-on look. No shade to them. I think they're incredible.
Yeah.
This is scary, but you know. Okay, Saint yeah, is the elf on the shelf for me, the black elf on the shelf. Okay, in you know, a cool cup neighborhood. I don't know, baby. I was kind of here just for the elf look. It was cute. Hoso looked good. I loved again. It was giving me what's the word I'm looking for here? Krampus, but a different version of it. I don't know. Just because of the wig. I don't know. But I thought it was a good look. There were kids all over the, outfit. So I assumed those were children that they took in. I'm not sure, but creepy as fuck. And then
then we got Noah over here loading up the ark.
Or is it Moses?
That's Moses. That's Moses.
But there's a very thin piece of what should be barbed wire around their head.
That's where the Jesus part comes in, which makes no fucking sense for why you are dressed like Moses in the 10 Commandments. You are literally dressed like the cover.
Baby, this could have been Frederick Douglass too. This could have been a lot of things.
It could have been Forrest Whitaker in any movie.
It could have been.
It could have been 12 Years a Slave.
Just,
like, I don't know what this was. It was Glad Bag.
Hold on. Abraham,
Father Abraham, and many sons,
and many sons had Father
Father
Abraham. I am one of them, and so
and
were
so are
you.
you.
So let's all get the right arm,
Right arm, left arm, right. They used to go hard at Sunday school.
That was Sunday school, Sabbath school for all of us. Oh yes, there we go. I don't know how to explain it, but it's giving Barnes and Nobles. The guy who's sitting in the children's corner reading to the people, who was a little bit dirty. Yeah, it's okay. She no. Black Jesus wouldn't be dressed like that. Mary starring in Medea in church.
I wouldn't disrespect Medea like that.
Mabel Simmons did not do nothing to us.
You leave Tyler Perry alone, okay? Mary low-key gave Black Jesus on Adult Swim for me.
I can see that. I can see that.
I turned that too. Blasphemy. Let my people go, realness.
Let my people go.
Chris said it's giving universal.
Come on, circus.
Come on, universal.
Lord have mercy. I just know that this production of Christmas when Jesus was born, it wasn't great, babe. Listen, either way, they're all there. They're having wine that was served in a cold wine. Yeah. Okay, let's start this up. Formaldehyde, they gave you 1 minute. And Mary snored on you. I felt so bad for you, sister. I mean, they paid Mary more time than you. Like, god damn. But they caught you every time you rolled your eyes when Astrid brought up her winning a certain Dragula competition.
They really did. Like Formaldehyde's eyes were everything for this.
Every time. It was like, whoop.
It's like, girl.
I was like, not the underscore Dooley. Drag that line. They did pay her a little bit of dust. It's okay. And then when she said, it's my first time performing on a stage, in Dolly's face.
You don't say.
Shady cameraman was shady this episode. He was like, bam, bam,
There's
bam,
the face.
bam.
There's the face.
Shady cameraman was working overtime, bitch. Pay him extra.
I said, Dolly, your eyes got this big. And she said, like, I'm sorry, what?
Dolly had a couple good silent moments.
And agreeing with Sigourney and doing just head nods, like, And there was a couple of, that's not true. I was like, wait, what's going on here? Oh, it was too good. But Dolly was sweet. Astrid, now, there was a moment, of course, that's wonderful Cauldron episode where this baby has a breakdown, and she said that was something she never done before. Dolly confirmed it. It was a moment of like her realizing they needed therapy, and I'm like, I'm here for it. Hey, I'm in it. What's up? Like, I'm here for that. But then it was brought up the casting reasons, like, oh, excuse me, did you cast me only because I'm Dolly's child and you just wanted that for like a storyline purpose or whatever, right? And of course, the Boulay brothers like, girl, we cast you because your audition tape was great. Like, relax.
Would they really tell you that if that was the truth though? Like, they're not gonna break the fourth wall in that aspect. So like,
right, and even let's say you were brought in as a storyline device, you have to do well to then compete and continue. Like, they're not just gonna send you home if you were like the best one there. Like, we've seen girls who mess up that go home that we can argue about. Because like, oh, they had one fuck up and the other bitch had two, but you just kept her because whatever. That's an argument.
I had so many issues with how she presented her case around her mental health. I was low-key triggered as someone who knows quite a few people who have a number of mental health issues. I was just like, this seems like you had a moment on TV that you weren't proud of, and you put it justify as a justification. Yeah. And I don't know, and I don't want to just take away from anybody who has mental health issues at all, but like, this did not feel genuine. Sorry, Astrid.
I don't want to discredit it either, because of course I'm on my own personal mental health journey here, but I
We
kind of
are.
agree with Blake because of how my mind never slipped into that knot that she was in. You know what I'm saying? And I can't put myself into that position of thinking, right? But I also listened to how it was said, and it almost felt like a fan question from Twitter.
Mm.
So I was a little bit like, oh, okay, so this is what we're feeling today. And maybe this is just a moment, but like you got it, and now you feel better about it. So it is what it is. You're giving this is cute now that I'm looking at this close up. Yeah, but maybe next time. Now, you, Miss Lil Mama, you were quiet the entire reunion until we got to the last part. Like I dead ass. Does anybody else have anything else they want to say? And then
Well,
you
me.
come out of here, and it's like, so Sigourney, let's talk about literally the last episode. I was like, what? Sigourney handled it again. I see Ho, so I'm like, okay, I understand. You don't want to be disrespected for what you put in with your drag, and because of your autoimmune disease, the time that you have, and you not taking anything for granted. But I don't think that Sigourney was coming at you on any sort of level on that regards at all. So it was like, then she brought up once again professionalism and this, that, and the other, and the other girls were low key. Mm, mm, So it was like, my sister. I don't know if that worked for you, but that was close. You got close. You got close.
Yeah, I agree.
I just don't think she was. I think Hoso said what she said when she said it, and realized how that was going to look on TV. They said what they said when they said it. Thank you, Julie. And they realized how that was going to look on TV. And Sigourney was like, "But bitch, you said what you said."
That part. it's that moment like where you're trying to be meta and self-aware of, like, you're trying to self-produce and try. So it's like it's kind of this weird dichotomy between like saying what you said and owning up to that, but then also trying to like course correct so you don't look an asshole on TV.
You mean how like half the people did on this entire reunion
Mm-hmm.
that we're gonna get to? And it's like, because like literally people were catching themselves like, oh, but that was that moment. So now let me try to like explain where that was coming from on a different set. I'm sitting here like, bitch, you. That's why I like Zavaleta a lot. Like, you at least will stand in your shit, bitch. Like, I mean, I said that. I meant it too. The fuck you mean? Yeah, I may not like her like that sometimes, but I respect that bitch. Because I'll be there. I'm not going to be sitting there looking like, oh, well, because I said it on a bad day. It was raining outside, and my bitch, you looked a fool. I thought you was a fool. The fool you were, fool. Like that's what I felt that day. Today you look lovely. Yesterday, but go ahead, Hoso. I love this. It's just so right.
It's looking great.
The
Really
face is stamped.
All right, now we're gonna get into the real section here. No shade to the rest of everybody, but we're about to get to the people who carried this reunion. Okay, low key. Now, Saint, when they asked you, would you do this again? That was the realest moment ever on the planet Earth. Like,
no,
bitch,
No.
times. 3 times.
She said, "If I don't get a crown, I don't get a crown."
But she right. Back to that.
That's it. Like I've done. I hated season 3. Resurrection was a lot, and now I've been here, and it's been hell on earth already. Hell no. I was like,
Juju be taken up.
Mm-hmm.
Oh. That's especially funny considering T. Well, I guess that's that on that.
But Blake, it's not if it's for
That's funny.
As my old
you
coworker
say
said,
that, but
ain't no shade if the sun is on the sidewalk.
listen. All I know is you can You can say that, but I see 2 months, 3 maybe from now. Ciao. Just get
We will
so
revisit this conversation in like April, May, somewhere over there. Somewhere over there, girl. Put a pin in it. We'll come back to it.
all right. What are they talking about? Okay, so listen, let's move forward here. I love you, Say. You kept it real the whole reunion. I wasn't here for the drama or the bullshit the whole season. I wasn't paying y'all hoes nothing. I was like, didn't, even though you did get mad one time and you had said something to somebody, and then you was like, nah, it's okay, I'm gonna let it go because I'm not gonna be too deep into it. So you did express yourself, but all right. Little Jade Jolie. Oh, the girls wanted me to hate you.
I thought it was funny that Zavaleta kept doing her pose from her.
Thank you, Jade. She was like, thank you, Jade.
I was like, you're an asshole, but that's funny.
It was giving me that Coco lip sync down. I was just laughing.
Oh, that's the hair look, yeah.
That shit was so funny. Because that's all she did when she was against Coco was. Anywho, so the spider lady here was in the hot seat a few times, mostly over her and Bitter Betty's feud, which was apparently squashed, and she apologized to Mary Cherry and Bitter Betty apparently for, I guess, sort of making up the whole Sigourney is going to be a victim thing, which they never exactly said that. It was sort of, how did she word it, you guys? She worded it in a way to say, well, I may have alluded to her saying that, but I didn't actually mean it that way. Maybe she was speaking like, oh, Sigourney's playing the victim right now. And then Bitter Betty and Mary took it that way. Or it could have been where Jay kind of just made it up sort of a little bit and then made them run with it. And then she's like, oh, no, I don't want to go that far. Like, let's not go there. Like, I didn't mean it that way. Like, don't say that. Da, 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 da. I don't know. That felt very strange. And then she brought up being bipolar. And I was like, what? Like, what's happening here? Like, no shade again to mental health or anything like that. But it was like, what does that have to do? I mean, with the arguing, yes. But I don't know, Blake. I don't know, Dooley. I don't know. My head hurt here.
I agree. It just came off like Jay wanted to just make sure that they like came off like as a solid, genuine, like well-meaning person, and like they didn't want to be involved in the drama. And so this felt like maybe like the easiest way to kind of just sum it up. It's like, girl, you can have that, and I can go back to minding my business. But on the flip side, like my best, we don't know, we weren't there. I guess my best guess is just like, it probably was like a basic miscommunication. And we know that like Bitter Betty and Mary Cherry continue to like take little things and run with it to get a moment. So it kind of feels like they maybe might have misconstrued something that you said and tried to make it a moment. Because that continuously happened throughout until they were gone. So I don't know. Like I think homegirl was just like, you can have that. It's whatever, girl. I'm sorry. Moving on.
I just wish she apologized to Sigourney, but go ahead, Blake.
I do think that Jay was going through something.
Absolutely.
Like, I think that was evident, particularly as she started to make her exit from the show. But I agree with you, Dooley. And she said, she was like, it was a miscommunication at one point. Like we said some things off camera that were brought up on camera, and the sort of full story for that wasn't told. And when she brought it up on camera, Jay was like, girl, have it. I don't care.
She said she was the victim for the camera. I believe her that she said she's going to seem like a victim, and they go all, she's going to play victim. Okay. This is where she didn't need to explain herself, because at the end of the day, Bitter Betty and Mary Cherry make fools of themselves. That's why I felt, to me, where we didn't even need to have you speak on this, to be honest, because that's something that you said to them that they actually played into and made something about. You didn't want to be a part of it because you were the start of it, which happened from whatever was said that was either misconstrued or taken to a literal sense. And because you then came to Mary with if you bring this up, I'm going to say that you lied on it. That's why Mary was like, girl, how you going to play me like that? Which I can see Mary, but I'm also, why y'all even doing all this today? Because y'all were jealous of Sigourney. That's the key here. Sigourney is still the biggest factor in this.
Cardi B said, "You're not a reliable source," and I felt that applies. It's like, I don't know. And it also came out in the conversation. You said that you were here to make good TV, and I was like, "That sounds true as fuck,
baby."
Like, okay, like, and maybe this is just me just being over extra or whatever, but like, it's a known thing that we are here to make good TV, and it spoils it if you blatantly say it. Like, you have to learn how to like connect with a person so that like they know that that's what's tea without you explicitly saying, I'm here to make good TV, because then you just look like an asshole.
But also to your point too, is like, don't overproduce yourself. Like, if you know you're going to, like, Zavaleta makes great television, and Zavaleta, like you could tell from episode 1, Zavaleta knew she was there to make great television, and not to discredit Zavaleta's drag, because I think Zavaleta, in my opinion, should be in top 4. But like, what's understood need not be stated. Like, if you, like, I don't need to tell you girls I'm here to make good TV, because I'm gonna stir the pot and walk away when I need to.
As a nurse, bipolar isn't flip-flopping. Yes, stressful situations can trigger it, but it doesn't happen in 2 seconds.
I was gonna leave that alone, but you're right.
I've seen a lot of y'all who are saying that you are bipolar in the comment section that are talking from experience, saying, Coastal Lever, I have BPD and I cringe when I see others using as excuse for their actions. I used to do that until I learned that I can't control my emotions, but I can control my actions. You know, it's a lot going on. It may be something she was newly diagnosed with, or again, I don't know, Jade. I do know, to me, this season, she was very focused on what her image was. And I felt that because of that focus, it took away from her essence of why we like Jade so much. But then she'd come out every now and then, and it's like, oh, I know who this bitch is. You know what I'm saying? So I send my love to Jade, you know, because y'all
like we love you, Jade, and like we were seeing, and I felt this. This was not explicitly stated. It was a little sub. I would venture to say that Jade feels disrespected by the other franchise, and it felt like she felt pigeonholed. She felt cheated. She felt like she didn't have an opportunity to really blossom and to show who she was in terms of her drag. And she's probably tired of being the butt of some jokes, being tagged in all them old ass memes from back in 2011, and she's looking for something new, which would explain her coming into this space to show us what she really can do. Like, that's tiresome, and I get it, sis. I get it.
Do you think she also pigeonholed herself, though?
I don't think so. You know, these young drag race ass friends. Girl, you finna get me cussing out the young drag race girl.
The only reason I said that is because I think, because to your point, she was very focused on what her image was going to be like, and kind of trying to differentiate that from, as they say, other reality TV shows that people have participated on in the past. I still think, to some extent, like, she doesn't not fit in Dragula to me, but like, outside of when she sort of ate those mealworms, like, what else? And same critique I have for Sigourney Beaver. What else did she give us that speaks to what Dragula says it's about?
I hear you. I hear you.
See, here's the thing. Jade was going through something prior to coming to the show, especially with things they dealt with in the past. And of course, we know the drag race machine as being a very vicious one. Whether it's the contract that's fucking you up, or if it's other things like the fandom getting in your inbox every day, reminding you of stuff from 15 years ago that you've moved past from. You know what I'm saying? Then you have a situation like your best friend, your cat, dying in the midst of you being there while you're being questioned about whether you should be there or not, at the same time dealing with drama over the... I've just listed a bunch of things that would pile up on, you know what I'm saying? And I didn't even get to what her car may be going through, because she may be having car trouble. Look at me. I forgot to pay the insurance. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of shit that could be going on. So I think maybe it was worded weirdly to where it may have not translated the best. But I hear you, sister.
Yeah.
And I'm glad you were on the show. Honestly, I was entertained.
I
Even when I
liked
didn't
her.
like what you wore. I was entertained, bitch. You can argue with the best of them. 400 plus in the room. Hit that like button. Thanks for
Yeah. The
being
last thing
here.
that I'll say, just today, I saw a tweet from Just Jeremy, formerly known as Fifi O'Hara, talking about still getting fucking tweets and inboxes from girls that are just now watching season. And it's like, baby, we
So leave
watched
her alone.
season 4 back in what? 2011, 2010.
Jiggly.
Like,
Jiggly
leave
Alone.
said
these
it
people
stuff
a
too.
fucking alone.
Leave
Like,
them
think
alone.
about how much you've
Yeah.
changed in the last decade. Like, that was a moment in time. Yes, like let
Think
them
about how
go
much you
and live,
changed
bitch.
in the last 365 days. Like, I'm not who I was yesterday, and I for damn sure I'm not who
I'm
I
not the same person I was yesterday.
That part.
I wasn't the same person I was this morning. Like, shit happened today. You know what I'm saying? Like, people are weird, but also no, they're predictable. At the same, Jiggly talks about it too. Like, she'd always tell me, girl, they still talking about season 4 stuff. Oh, so you think you fixed your teeth? Da, da, da. It's like, girl, what? Like, yeah. Oh, but you were eliminated this much on All Stars.
And
What's your point? And you're still
She
watching
was on fucking Pose for all 4 seasons. Girl,
right.
shut up. Like, what are you talking about? She had another show on Amazon that was one. Like, stop.
Stupid.
Anywho, listen, Sarah, I'm sorry, Betty, look at me while I'm talking about this shit. Look at me. See, this one. Okay. This was a fabulous look. I heard you today, but honestly, you were Mary's sidekick for me, so I wasn't really feeling you. I want to give you some more credit outside of just the look, but I can't because I really didn't vibe with any of your arguments today outside of you wanting to represent the trans community, which I was here for. Everything else, girl.
That is not a cart you want to hit your horse to.
What did Nene say on the Atlanta Housewives reunion? You're playing for the wrong team. You're
Get on the
playing
winning
for the
team, ho.
wrong team.
Get your team to help you out.
Right. Because I'm like, girl, even the side conversations, you see, where does all this come from Coco? Oh, you see, she's teamed up with Sigourney now. What? So what was just happening a minute ago?
Like, on a person-to-person level, like, I feel a sense of compassion towards Bitter Betty and Mary, but like I'm also having a response to like what you are showing us, what you are saying, and what you are doing, and like it's some bullshit. It's some fucking bullshit, and like it takes me, it snatches me up out of that, and so like I would have wanted to fight.
That's.
Is because even if you didn't watch this episode, with the episodes that Coco is in, when they do her asides for like her facial expressions, Coco lets you know clearly in that moment that bitch, this is some fuck shit. And so like whatever she said, she had already communicated her thoughts on episodes 1 through 4.
But it seems like Betty's sole purpose Betty's sole purpose to get on Dragula is to talk about how Drag Race didn't let her on the show. I mean, and they'll still never do it. But the thing is with her, I had a problem with it being Bitter Betty, Mary Cherry, and then Zabaleta was chiming in too on Sigourney. So when Coco jumped in, I was like, that now here we go. Because Zabaleta had the nerve to try to shush Coco several times. No, bitch, what we're not doing today. And of course, Zabaleta's, well, I got to know Sigourney, this and the other. Yeah, we saw that. That's cool. That's hot. But they really didn't need to talk about you and include you in the conversation of attacking Sigourney through the entire season, which you did up until the last few episodes when you were eliminated. So I wasn't here for it.
This is tangentially related, but like, and I don't know, my mind jumped here. Remember when Solange was going off about how she's not the anti-Beyonce and how they are two separate artists? That's what I get here. Like, Dragula is not the anti-drag race. Like, they are two brands that uphold and uplift two different styles of drag. And so we can't pit two bad bitches, against each other in that way. So like, y'all, if that is her sole purpose, baby, like, don't come on Dragula to show the drag race people that like you should have been on the show. Like, come on this program to show that you are a fucking super monster and that like you have something to say. Like,
Also,
show us.
It kind of falls flat because even if you're not on Drag Race, like there are trans persons on Drag Race for the last 4 seasons at least, like who have at least 3 who have been openly trans. So like, you missed your shot, girl.
I don't know what this means, but okay.
I
I don't know what that means. When Zava
she
said
said all I had to do was exist, and y'all came at me.
when Zava said nobody's talking to you, she said you ain't got to. I got something to say. Oh yes, oh yes, cleared. Okay,
This still that you have of Coco though is snatched. She looks fucking amazing.
I love this.
Let's be real and let's talk about it because now I need to get y'all to understand. I know Dooley and Blake are on this level too, but the rest of y'all, some of y'all may not catch it. Okay, let's get this together. When Mary tried to pin everything on Sigourney, because that's just what happened tonight. Okay, in reference for the Rock Challenge. Okay, where we got the playback, and of course credit was given. But through the edit that we saw, and it was said tonight, I can't help you for how you looked on TV based on an edit that you were given, is what Sigourney said in so many words to Mary, which is what Mary's argument is about. The edit that she received that she is blaming Sigourney on. I was very confused with this logic. Then to have Zabaleta step in to try to translate for some fucking reason, where Coco needed to jump in like, the fuck are you doing, bitch? And I was real here for Coco this goddamn evening. How, like, when I tell you, girl, you were here for 3 episodes and showed up tonight and served us nothing but thunderclap hole. Like, what? What? Impressed I am. Bring her back, Boulay Brothers, because that was the real tape right there. Even the closing statement Coco made was like, oh, okay, so you really want to, oh, all right. So
she
you
said,
coming
call
back.
a thing, baby. This.
Like, spades are spades, honey.
When you had brought up the people that were coming for Sigourney and Zabaleta said, who you talking to? Girl, you spoke. I know a hit dog will holler.
A hit dog will holler. Yes.
Ooh.
Wait, what? I can't remember the statement that I shouted. It was like, oh, it sounded like you mad because y'all was on that little bullshit and wasn't getting the response.
What she said was, we don't need to put shoes on. We don't need to put shoes on feet.
But she hit the psychology behind it. She's like, you're reactive towards her because y'all trying to get her to be on some bullshit and she's not responding. So now y'all trying extra hard to trigger her, but now y'all look triggered and fucking stupid. I said, you better psychoanalyze, bitch. Go ahead.
Because, like, let's be real. Like, Mary should have definitely understood how Sigourney was going through with them both losing somebody right before they went on the show, and all of that crying, which I was really here for. Again, very emotional moment. I understand, lost my mother, all that good stuff. But like, oh yeah, I thought that would be the one thing that we bond over. I'm glad that Sigourney didn't pay that any mind and just continued to just sit there and be in whatever it was, because that was ridiculous of you to do that and to think just because of that, now you all gonna like bond and relish together. You were attacking her the whole season. It stuff blows my mind with people. I think that Mary was going through things and that hurt was coming out and took it out on Sigourney for sure. Okay.
So let me ask this. Edit aside, right? Like, if Mary Cherry had seen just her performance, do you think that there would be any other reason for people to not have nominated you to go home? Like, you look like, no shade, look at what you wore in comparison to your team.
I would have judged it from day one. It wouldn't have even been that episode for me, and I would have gave that reason. I would have been like, y'all have consistently allowed a bag of chips to walk through this competition, and I am tired of it.
Yeah, like, despite the fact that I did not like Mary's like interactions with the other folks in the space along the season. Like, objectively, I can say, baby, like, once again, like, no shade, but like, your drags were not up to like, it felt like that you did not come here to play in the drag category. You were relying on personality and relationships to kind of push you forward. Like, we still today right now, like I'm not quite sure what you're capable of because you gave us the bare minimum.
Oh,
and like I want to give you the benefit of the doubt because you made it this far, but like, baby,
Willem
what is
did break this down over the whole Fifi incident. People will get more pissed with you if you have no reaction to them coming for you. Willem said it best: indifference is worse than hate.
Sigourney, I don't think it's indifferent. I think she said when she was like, am I wrong to be selective about who I choose to give my time to? Like,
I felt that.
And I actually agree with that. I have allowed people into my life that I should have never given a fingernail to. You know what I'm saying? So her saying that is almost like, what if I had opened up to Mary, and you see how Mary is right now? What if she just ran and told my business to everybody else around here, and they're all just talking about me and now making up things or assumptions that Mary made up based off of her not actually liking me, but wanting to relate on one sort of level. So yeah, I'm like that now. I'm very, we can be kiki, but I ain't gonna, unless I really like you, you ain't gonna get this phone number. Like, ain't going, nope. Group chat, don't save my name. Take out this group chat now. Oh, Coco, God bless you, bitch. You gathered Zavaleta together. You was gathering Mary Cherry together. You was gathering Bitter Betty together. Handling hoes. I was so here for it. Oh my God. Ooh.
I got a receipt for you. I got a receipt for you. I got a receipt for you.
Clown.
Oh, you had something to say?
It was the whole, I don't like the fact that they were doing this whole, I just don't know who you are. And I felt like, you know, you had this game plan set up before you got here. And Coco's sitting there like, girl, what are you talking about? Like, and we're all been saying that. Like, what do you mean? Yeah, I can say it too, girl. You sometimes put a wall up. Her mom died.
It's a rhetorical device. You trying to control the narrative to swing. What is it? Would that be an ad hominem attack?
Bitch, I would not be in the same headspace now if I lost a family member really close to me and I knew I had to be in a competition. And at the same time, I'm dealing with all this mess around me, and you're asking me questions that you need answers from or a response to, and because I don't give you what you want, you got a problem with me? The fuck?
It's a competition, and y'all know I don't go in for Sigourney people like that, but like, it's a competition. I don't owe you shit. Like, I'm here to crown and $100,000. Like, I don't owe you no parts of my personality. I don't owe you no conversations about my mother. I don't owe you no justifications for my drag. I don't owe you nothing.
That's it.
And I would posit that homegirl also had a strategy. Your strategy was to come in here to start arguments, to be loud, to get some camera time with like, that's also a strategy. So don't be mad that someone else's strategy, number one, didn't jive with yours, but number two, your strategy didn't work on it. Don't be mad. Change your strategy and get better.
This right here, that's called being acquaintances. I know all about that. Oh yes, bitch. I have many acquaintances, very few friends. Okay, and so you don't need to be put into something like that. She said, I lost the president of my fan club. Oh Lord, that broke my heart.
Yeah.
That broke.
I said, Jesus Christ. Oh my Lord Jesus, Lord have mercy. It was a lot. So yeah, see, this is when Ellie Diamond got dragged from Lawrence and a horror in the lineup, and they got pressed because Ellie was playing a competition. Wake up, Pearls. Again, that's why I was like, girl, they were mad at Ellie for playing the game, knowing damn well she would have went home with her 2 biscuit little turnabout move. No, bitch. No,
the
bitch.
8 count.
The Ellie 8 count, the nerve, the goal.
Drag, we've been doing that for the last 1 million years, and all of a sudden it's
Matt, is it wrong to go in with the plan? Because I don't get the problem from them. It's not wrong to go in with the game plan. It's the best way to set up a strategy to go into something that you're unfamiliar with. When you have an idea of what is going to happen, you feel prepared. So you feel more confident in your decision making. What's wrong with that? Like,
honey, Bianca Del Rio went in with a plan.
Sure did.
Pattern and plans.
Had the same dress in 40 different. It was ready.
That's it. And we're going to do this. All I got to do is win this one. All I got to do is win this one. All I got to do is win this one. Very that. You heard how some of the girls, if I just get to Snatch Game, I've done my job.
Baby, I would contend that most of the winners had a plan in some capacity.
if you don't have a plan, you're not prepared. And when I pledged, what is it? Perfect planning promotes performance, and piss poor planning promotes pain.
I like all those peas.
We know you do.
With steak. Okay. Womp, womp, womp. I never asked for a free Coco, but I'm gonna ask for a cane. She said she was a total top, y'all.
Which I was also like, yes, bitch.
I was like,
let's Eiffel Tower sometime.
I was like, and the total bottom of me said, check. No, it's the bone structure for me. Listen, this is what it is. This is what it is. The thing is that when somebody then starts to cause drama or stir up the competition, trying to cause a drift in the confidence and the strength that one person has, then they feel, oh, I have done what I'm supposed to do. Now I can take the confidence of knowing I brought them down and take it with me to the next step. No. That transference of energy did not happen. Every time they came for Sigourney, block. Every time it was Dolly, block. Every time it was Saint, block. Hoso took the bait that one time. I know, all in that makeup too. It was just very traumatic.
Saint and Dolly just show a certain level of peace in their spirit. They was like, baby, don't bring it over here.
Coco's a Capricorn. Okay, that explains a lot. So
feels very that.
It's very this way. It is very this way. You okay? Like how I feel is how I feel. And once you show me who you are, it's a wrap. Okay? Very that. Matty, please leave Coco on screen.
It's a beautiful image. It really is.
It is.
I had a good time looking for screenshots of Coco. She gave a lot to give, especially with the eye rolling and with the return versus, if this was versus, she won. If this was that kind of competition, you know what I mean? Like we
said this in the chat. She won this week's challenge.
Yeah,
she won this week's challenge.
I was like that. I was like, girl, please, this is amazing. I couldn't believe it. I mean, in my reaction, if y'all see it on Patreon tomorrow, girl, I was like, oh, I just kept going, oh no, she is not saying so much truth. I thought this was going to be boring.
No. I was so hyped. I was hyped the entire time. I was like,
when I texted y'all today at 9:30, and I was like, Coco has things to say.
I was like, what is this talking about? I'll get to it.
Oh my God. It was what I needed from this sort of situation, because I was tired of Sigourney having to literally gather the strength to then speak up for herself. And then Dolly's too calm, which I'm fine with, but Dolly agrees, Saint agrees. People, they're silent like and all that, but it's like, who's about to get rah too? Because Zaba let us rah over here for some reason. You just happen to be there with your dick out. Bitter Betty over here. And then Moses, Methuselah.
One thing that Zaba let that baby cackle, because it was kind of tea. She was like, you work at Metropolitan and I work in da-da-da-da-da. And I was like, true.
She said, I work in larger venues. You work at
Metropolitan. I was like, blue.
She's like, and I outperformed you. She goes, only because I let you. I was like, oh.
No, baby. I didn't see Mary Cherry live a couple times.
You have?
You thought I was just out here talking outside of my neck, bitch?
No, I just maybe this is shady. I just don't know that that's something I would spend my time doing.
Well, I enjoy Metropolitan. I go there to support some other girls, and Mary's been there.
Not Clinton. That Metropolitan shade.
It was shade though, right, Clinton?
Shade.
I love being in New York, a Brooklyn, drag y'all get around, and you run into the girls as you go support local drag. And, sometimes it's on par, sometimes it's not.
That was funny. Girl, like it was a good reunion. I enjoyed it. It was also great to see. It was like, okay, Dolly, you're safe. Sigourney, you're safe. And then Saint, I'm no lie. No lie. Reaction. I hopped up at my chair and screamed. I was like, oh my God, thank you, God. I was like, thank God. Black finalist. Thank you, God. That's all I kept saying. Just black finalist. Thank God. Thank God. And then when Hoso was sitting there looking so down, I was like, oh.
It was sad. I felt bad.
Oh, this makes me feel so bad.
I felt pissed. I was
Really?
mad. I was mad
mad?
because I understand being upset about not being in the top 4. I completely get that. But I think to Sigourney's point, you're really young and your age about not being able to support somebody who maybe went into top 3 and like how you sort of sat there. It like, I was like, I'm so turned off from you. Like,
oh boy.
So turned off.
I'm not mad at this point statement. Clear. I am not mad now that I'm thinking about it. And that is to Sigourney's point.
Okay.
It just felt very childish to me. And I was like, I get it. I get everybody wants to make it to the top. And if it doesn't happen, you should still support the girls who make it. And if that wasn't you, give them your love and be mad later.
Tori's not feeling that. Oh, good Lord, she was sad. Tori, it's okay, baby. It's okay. It's okay. It's okay.
Are you new, Tori? Have you watched this before?
It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay.
Tori said, "Bitch, hold on." She was sad, or they were saying, "Pardon me." They were sad.
I just wanted to be clear. It's okay. Like, it's okay. Like, ooh, everybody breathe. But Hoso, again, I was sad for Hoso. I do see the point that Sigourney made, though. But it was like there could have been music that played. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, and they could have zoomed in on Hoso and been a whole moment.
I don't know why when you said that the Jurassic Park theme, the theme song popped in my head.
Wah, 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 wah. Wait, is it welcome to Hoso's tears? No, but they actually kept Hoso, and I was also like, oh my goodness, okay. I was like, all right, it's a top 4, made sense. Season 4, why not? Why the fuck not? So yes. No one went home. It was a reunion. Well, I guess this wasn't the geometric of it. So
I'm still mad about that, but I'm not gonna digress.
Come on, praying mantis.
Hold on, let me throw myself on the floor real quick.
No, this is Jurassic Park. It's T-Rex.
I'm about to go watch Jurassic Park tonight.
I know, right? Let me go ahead and power up.
When those kids were in the car, that was my favorite fucking scene in that movie. That was crazy. That dumb boy. The girl was just screaming. It's like, they just said to be quiet, baby. Why'd you get out the car and just start screaming in the middle of the road?
I remember the second movie. When I saw the second movie I saw it with my aunt, and I was like, Auntie, why people be doing stuff like? Because remember the little white girl was like, "Oh my God, the little dinosaurs! I'm gonna play with it." I was like, "Why did she run?"
But the black girl was like, "I want to go up. I want to go up." She was like, "I want to get very, very high. Like I want to go up right now. Like get me away from this."
Listen, Mama said I'm a gymnast, and she wore out that little baby with the handlebars. I was done. I'm like, did you really just do a dismount into a raptor?
And land.
I wanted to be her so bad as a kid. I was like, that's me. Except my mother would not be Julianne Moore.
My mom's responsible.
That part.
Oof. Oh, good. I'm sorry, y'all. Tangent. We were talking about Mary Cherry and started talking about Jurassic Park. I don't think that's how that went, but it could have. It could have, just the same. Did I have another picture after Coco?
You have a minute more picture.
What happened after this? What was I thinking about? Let's see. Oh no, I just repeated. Yeah, okay. Back to Coco.
I gotta figure out how to work this into a thumbnail for some food. I gotta figure out how to work this
in. I mean, this is Black excellence.
I'm gonna put like a pot of black eyed peas in the corner or something. I don't know. I'm gonna figure it out. No, she look like the rich bougie auntie that don't fuck with the family. But
I was just thinking she looked like somebody rich ass auntie. Like
covered with the good like dishware. So you know it's hers because they don't ever have to ask whose plate is this. It's like you know whose plate that is.
She looked like the auntie who's like, this could have been catered.
She bring the good gifts for the kids, but she don't fuck with the adults.
Her sister, this is her talking to her sister, Shannon, foldable chairs again this year. You knew how many of us were coming.
She's giving that Aunt Terry energy.
I see you haven't finished the yard yet.
Fuck the family. The family fucked my husband.
Only because you let me.
I see we're using the same napkins as last year.
Do you mind if I wait outside for my Uber? It just smells funny in here. No, I can't. Okay, Coco, thanks for being our best friend this episode. I'll be watching this over again just for your reads, honestly. And if someone on Twitter who's watching this has enough time, please make a compilation of every clapback because that would be fun to watch. Absolutely would be fun to watch. Anywho, Dooley, after this reunion, going with the top 4, who do you believe is going to win, and what were your final thoughts on this reunion?
This was probably one of the best reunions we've had in the last couple of years. It was truly everything. Who do I think is gonna win? I think it might be Dali. I think Dali is gonna walk away with the actual crown. Yeah, I think Dali is gonna win.
And she still misspelled it.
Blake, same question.
I agree. I think Dali is taking the crown home. I think Dali has given us the most of what Dragula as a show has said it's about. I think that they have been the breakout. Oh, I think Coco's the breakout star, but I think Dali is the consistent. I take notes, I take direction, I listen, I learn, I improve, and I make it happen.
Yeah, the Boulets even said she was fan favorite, and I was like, duh. I would, you know what? No shade. I don't want to give my answer, but I want to give an answer. 3 out of 4 of them I would like to see with the crown. And if there was a double crowning, I'd be okay with it. If in particular, just for the sake of it all, even though I feel kind of bad because they were from previous seasons, if Saint were to just demolish these 3 categories, which they've done before in Resurrection, and it was like the grand finish for them, and let's say with Dolly, I would think that'd be the most amazing double crowning ever with Dolly and Saint winning at the same time. Just say that's just a dream. Okay. I want the Beeve to win on a level of what she's been through on the show. It's almost like, girl, you Jinx Monsoon season 5 Drag Race tease, girl. Had 3 people attacking you consistently. Well, 3-2. 3-2.
That's interesting. I didn't think about that. I see your point, Matty.
Yeah, she has a little bit of that. I was attacked the entire storyline, and while there may have been a narrative of people saying that she was the victim, they kind of made her the victim. So same thing happened with Jinx. You didn't have to pick on her. She could have just been over there sleeping. Nope.
Sat there and ate your food.
Right. That girl was taking a nap. You know what I mean? Like, but you worried. So, well, I'm just referring to the storyline, Tori, of Jinx being the underdog to the other girls, and the other girl, or being liked, and the girls hating when she got praised, because that's literally what was happening. Sigourney would get praised. Oh, Oh, and it's Mary who's so angry. I just would never understand.
You only
like,
give us glamour.
She's not doing anything else like me. Like she's not wearing any house slippers. She hasn't put on any of her, bath sheets.
I don't think
like,
that was a
nothing.
wrong critique. I think that was a fair critique of her, though.
I mean, it can be,
But
and
you can't give that critique when you look like a hotel bathroom.
I think that's a fair critique too.
Right. I'm just saying, if one person's ring light is giving me Walmart and the other one is giving me an Amazon Prime delivery, I'm going to go with the Prime delivery because I already know she paid a little less than the Walmart one for the cheaper at the Walmart. Because the girls, y'all at Walmart, you see them ring lights? Go on Amazon, baby. They ain't going to give you that same.
I got mine off of Amazon.
It's not going to be the boom boom you need. It's going to be a wah. You're gonna be looking like somebody carrying a ring light on their cell phone, looking crazy. Anywho, I just want to see. I don't know. If Hoso wins, I wouldn't be mad either. My mind is set on Dolly 1, Saint for multiple reasons, double winning for multiple reasons, and the Beeve because I fell in love with the Beeve the whole season. I love Sigourney, so yeah. It's a lot. I like this four. I like this group. Yeah. And actually, this season, all these bitches, including the ones I have put in the grave. Yes. Not literally, but can. Yeah. It's been a good season. This has been fun. I just thought about 2 people on the cast. I'm like, no, that wasn't for y'all, but yeah. Let's give a little bit of conversational light. Damn the Beef. I'm Team Sigourney
and Dolly.
I just let him to say it out loud. Sigourney? It sounds very Italian. Okay. I kind of want the Beef to win too. I don't know why. I couldn't believe Mary wore the same shirt in the Rock performance and earlier in the day.
So if you also caught it with some of the behind the scenes stuff that they showed, like her ear had been green a lot longer than we had.
Oh, Blake, watch the review. Watch the review. I zoomed.
It was nasty.
Zoom.
It was green for a very long time.
It was disgusting.
So she don't bathe.
Girl, I know that hotel got a hard pressure shower setting. Like, girl, that was disgusting.
I'm so mad that Blake's in a hard pressure shower. I'm so mad at you. I'm so mad at you, Wait. It's okay. It's all right. Shout out to Coco. Thanks again. That's where we're gonna leave it. Not take the internet away. Stop. Oh Lord, y'all, that was the live review of Dragula season 4 for the Last Supper here. We got, I will say, maybe 10 more, 15 more minutes. Y'all know you love to do question rounds with us. Last time we played a speed round of we either pick 1 or 2, and it was kind of fun. If y'all want to do that or ask a couple last questions, we're here for it. But we do appreciate you for tuning in, and do not forget to hit that like button. No, Coco, stop. Stop. Oh my goodness. Everyone's makeup is getting a little stale for me. They all look sick AF, but the versatility is really loud. Oh my
goodness. Okay. I would view it as these contestants have a much stronger sense of branding and that.
I think it's branding, but I also think that as the Dragula franchise becomes bigger and better, the production around it changes. And when production changes and when cameras and lights and all of those things change, like you try to adjust your makeup to what you think is going to be seen on screen. And like you just don't know how it's going to read until you actually see it. So
that's true.
Y'all have worn me out. Coco's back on the screen. Okay. Cammy, and it's Laura, not Lauren. Like, I love you, babe, but don't. It's like, no, wait. Imagine a season with Mary, Hollow, Eve, Dahlia, James Majesty, Abora, Melissa B. Fierce, Flores.
Why would I imagine that?
I would never
Jesus
see that.
Christ.
That feels very chaotic for no
I have
reason.
to watch
Jesus
that.
Christ. Jesus Christ. Don't do that.
That sounds like the worst season of television ever.
How would you rank the current seasons of Dragula from best to worst? Not that any one of them are bad, though. Season 3 is like really
3.
top tier. Season 2 was that girl for obvious
Yeah,
reasons.
3,
This one hasn't
2,
finished
4,
yet. Let it finish.
1. And
So,
the only reason why I would rank season 4 in that way is because, now granted, it was shot during COVID, and like I wanted the exterminations to hit a little harder than what they did. That's the only thing that I felt like that was truly lacking. But that's why I would rank it that way.
I think it's hard to rank because, like, for me, season 1 kind of stands outside of the rest of the Dragula franchise because season 1 is actually really, really nasty. Like, it's kind of like when you talk about filth, like season 1 is filthy.
yeah, that
What
Vander Von Odd did for that final
was nasty.
that was disgusting. But I was like, give her the crown now. And it's gonna be Ernie for me.
So I mean, I would agree with y'all, but I just probably wouldn't rank 1 in that because I think as a season, it doesn't fit within where this is currently at.
I played with C Diggy earlier today, actually, and I won. So yeah.
I have not played. It's on my list. I think since I have some time off, I'm gonna buy. I told y'all I was gonna give y'all a few weeks. So I'm gonna go ahead and pick up the new Pokemon, and then I'll
have fun with that. My roommate just started his journey.
Pick up Mario Party.
Let me know if you get Mario Party because me and Chris play often, so I'm down for games.
I have Mario Party. I just don't play my Switch.
The newest, not the one that originally came out. That one was trash. The newer one that just came out with the online play all over the world. Oh, have fun! Like you are always gonna be playing the game. Chucky.
Ooh.
See, they're not real Charles Lee Ray fans if they're gonna pick over Freddy.
I'm a fan of horror, period.
Me too. I think for me it's Freddy.
I like his clapbacks. That bitch is funny.
but Chucky is funny. The thing, Chucky is funny too. Chucky is very.
They are.
That's hard.
That's hard. I agree. I like them both for different reasons.
Charles Lee Ray.
I like Chucky because like I like Freddy because I've always felt like with Chucky, like bitch, kick that hoe across
the power of Dimbalala.
You don't know the power.
The power of Dimbalala. That man said, "You don't know the power." I was like, "What?" But I did get it. I'm currently playing Paper Mario now. I am in my happy place playing Paper Mario on Nintendo 64 all over again. So yes, it's everything. That and the Dolphin game on the Sega update. Yep.
Echo?
Mm-hmm.
Echo?
Yeah.
Why we both say Echo like that?
Yeah, I used to
Echo
do that
was
as a
fun.
kid. It was
Echo
so calming.
I never got past the first 5 minutes of Echo. I was like, I don't want to do
It's
this.
really difficult to get through that like last little part when you go into this little cave bit and you have to do some like tricky puzzle work. Yeah, it can get very fucking annoying, but it's worth it. Coco is an Elite Four ice Pokemon trainer. Dark ice yeah, it would be dark and ice if anything. Yeah. Don't know that one. Okay.
Ice is the worst defensive type in the game. I don't know that I would give that to her. Maybe.
Let's see here. Miss Piggy.
Kermit.
I like Kermit.
I'm not playing this game with them too. See how they messing it up? They messing it up.
I would have been left Miss Piggy. She got too much going on.
Miss Piggy is the one though. She is Blakey. I thought you would resonate with the pigs. Like she's fabulous. She's always with the coin. She
is fabulous, but that's the toxic woman.
I would have been left her. She gotta go. You gotta get about my house.
I can't. The Exorcist or Rosemary's Baby?
The Exorcist scared the shit out of me as a kid. So like I love horror movies. And I would say within like the various type of horror movies, demonic possession movies are the ones that make me the most like scared and uncomfortable. Because
Those
you
are
can't just
real.
punch you can't punch that bitch. You gotta like have the
That
armor
could
of
be that
God.
could be you. Like if you're not strong with
That
what
shit's
like
terrifying.
child.
I think Rosemary's Baby for me, it was the mental abuse that they inflicted upon Mia Farrow's character.
Yeah,
Like,
that is true.
where like it's like you're having a child under circumstances that you know are not ideal, and like, do you lose your baby or do you like have the child and then to find out that the child is like the son of Satan? You're like,
Mm-hmm.
do I love it? Do I hate it? Like, do I kill it? Like, it's that.
That girl ran down them stairs backwards with her head spinning. I'm nope,
That
not
was
the exorcist for me, bitch.
so
Nope,
creepy.
nope. Sailor Moon.
Definitely Sailor Moon.
Powerpuff for me.
Team Nathan or Lawrence?
Team Nathan.
Team Nathan. I love
King Rocks.
Michelle or Meryl?
I'm assuming they mean Pfeiffer and Street.
We don't pit two bad bitches together against each other. I stand both of them for very different reasons.
Very different.
No, they said they were very close and all that, but I don't think it confirmed if they were, eating each other's, bubble knots or whatever. I don't.
They
I don't
probably
know.
they in the same predicament as Gigi and Crystal. Remember that?
Brooke and Vanjie?
I can't.
Baby, we all rolled our eyes for that one. Girl, okay.
Ooh, Rogue or Kitty Pride?
Rogue.
Under what circumstances? If we're just talking about his characters, probably.
You're supposed to pick one. You just can't be dissected.
I need more detail.
Wait. Let's back. It was Michelle Visage or Mel Ginsburg, not Pfeiffer.
Oh, then we're gonna do Michelle Visage.
Michelle
Visage.
Didn't Meryl need an E? I don't know. Okay. I'm picking. I can't pick between those two. I love X-Men. Signs or the others. The others twist, but now it's boring when I watch it. And Signs to me is still kind of creepy, especially when the girl's like, "There's a monster outside my bedroom," and he looks out the window and there's this big ass figure. That shit still scares me. So I give Signs.
Signs. Even though M. Night Shyamalan is a terrible
director, writer.
Right.
He vacillates.
It's like a hit and a miss.
Mm-hmm.
I
hear that.
Misery or The Shining?
Misery down.
Tough. The Shining for me built way too much atmosphere, and I live for the atmosphere at all. So I'm going with The Shining, even though Misery I love Misery, but The Shining is a classic. Like I
agree with you, Matty. I love Misery, but it's The Shining for me.
Like the just eeriness of them like traveling down the hallways of the hotel while it pans to Jack Nicholson losing his mind slowly, staring into the abyss of nothingness. I live for that movie. It's so good. And I did like the like sequel that came out. Yeah, that was pretty good. I was kind of shocked how good that was.
The book is amazing. Like if you read the book is so good.
Dang, I didn't know you read Blake. Work.
Girl, she got a little,
I mean, listen.
Amidst her multiple degrees because she's
and the hat stayed on with the push. Listen. Ooh, this is a good one. Which is the best Scream movie?
2.
1.
I like 1. I like 1 and 2 the most.
Rose McGowan being killed by the elevator. I mean, by the garage door is still like a classic moment for me. And I was so mad at her because I wanted her to live so bad. I just knew she was gonna die.
How pressed everybody was that Drew Barrymore died in the first. They were mad.
I was shocked.
I like 1 and 2. Like I do love the second movie. I think the second movie is great horror continuity. I just think that the first one kind of revitalized the slasher genre in a way that it's like, this is iconic.
It changed the whole zone.
I'm like, it just was my girl Drew Barrymore, and I was a huge fan of her movies, so I snuck in to go see Scream, y'all. It came out in like '96, so I was like 10, and I remember being extremely scared to go see. This is before stadium seating, okay, for the girls that know.
Ooh,
Yeah.
you right.
Now I'm gonna take you back.
We were like, boom, boom, boom,
Y'all
boom.
are privileged as fuck to have stadium seating, because it used to be only 1 or 2 theaters that were in there. Like one theater would be like, okay, this is the big theater with all the stadium, and then everything else is low. So it's like or it all low. But
stadium popped up around like 2001, 2002. It was like early 2000s when they started revamping all this. You're right.
I saw The Crow 2 in stadiums.
Come on, Crow.
But okay, what happened? Oh yeah, so it was Scream. We snuck in. I remember being like, oh my god, like I'm watching this movie. I'm so excited. And Drew Barrymore's in the first part. I'm like, my favorite actress.
7 minutes in.
Just murdered. And I mean just stab. Stab. Pulls off the mask. That was the best death scene ever, Blake. Best death scene.
It was.
She was this.
When I tell you, I am so fucking excited for Scream.
I had to show you that.
We were talking about that today.
I had to show you that poster. I was like, bitch, this poster's it. They said the killer is in the poster. What? Oh, watch it be Sydney.
It has to be Sydney.
It has to be Sydney. Get Out or Us?
Get Out.
Get Out. Bitch, it's like 20 people in this poster. I'm not going through all these photos.
I have a special thing about Us.
Yeah, really?
Get Out was good, and I loved it for what it was, but Us did something to me. I was something about the doppelganger bit, and the fact that what if, like, one day this other person who is you decides, I no longer want to live as this anymore. I'm about to take your life away from you. That freaked me out. And then it was the little kid too, and the whole chase scene towards the end. Then when the white family was murdered, it was like, oh my God, like that movie did something to me.
Wait a minute. That freaked you out more than white people taking black folks' body to try to be black people when white people try to kill
my light skin privilege
real
would
life.
keep me away from those things, Blake. So I don't think that I would have too much of a melanated gene in order to get it. I'm just giving my Kendall gender answer is all I'm trying to do. No, I know. I did think that Get Out.
Kim Kardashian has done this yesterday.
The Get Out was scary to me. It was the scene where they showed him literally drifting away to his body that fucked me up a little bit. Like, so the people that are in there are just trapped in there now, just watching everything happen. Like, are we for real? But yeah.
Go see Get Out the musical.
Bitch, I'm on episode 7 or 8.
Matty, it's a show called Harlem. If you have Amazon Prime, go watch Harlem. It's not Insecure, so don't expect that, but it's fun. It's a good show. It's a good time.
It gives me the Insecure Girlfriends in the City.
Oh, okay.
Your Insecure Girlfriends in the City. That's
what it gives.
Oh, okay. Okay. I was like, no, their brains weren't switched. They were just put into a coma stasis. That's why when the maid was the grandmother who was in the body or whatever. Whenever she switched out, she caught like a glimpse, like, oh my God,
no, and she cried. Yeah. So
they
essentially created a space in your subconscious and forced you down into the second place so that they can put in the.
3 more questions, including this one: Grim Adventures of Billy and Mandy for me.
I'm going Fairly Odd Parents.
I'm gonna go Grim Adventures.
I got annoyed because that storyline was the same every episode. It was like, you're fucking up the wishes, Timmy. Your teeth are terrible. Your parents are.
I'm Dim Dimmadome, owner of the Dim Dimmadome. I like their characters more. Also, why did Death have a Jamaican accent?
Oh,
I hated that, but I love
it. The Jamaican accent made no sense at all. Like, at all. Okay, funny story. I am waiting for The Mandalorian to come back, but I'm also interested in all these other Star Wars spinoffs that that are supposed to be coming out. I guess this year. There's supposed to be something recent coming out here. Tekken, Mortal Kombat, or Street
Dear
Fighter.
George Lucas, 1 second. Dear George Lucas, please give me something that has nothing to do with a Skywalker. So you have a whole universe of planets and characters and like I don't want to hear about anything dealing with Luke, Han, Leia, Jabba, Ula, none of them hoes.
What about Asuka?
No.
Well, she's getting her own series, so meant to that, and I can't wait for it.
Blake.
But this is why I liked Rogue One, to Blake's point, because it was literally a whole different people on a mission that had something to do with that, but really it wasn't about them, and it was kind of also super sad how that ended, but still awesome. It was.
I'm a Star. As a young person, I was a Star Wars girl. As an adult, I'm a Star Trek girl. I love Star Trek through and through and through. That's my shit. For the reasons that Blake pointed out, though.
I stopped Hawkeye. I'm bored.
I love it. I watch
it. I watch it because I feel like I'm obligated to watch it because I feel like inevitably something's gonna show up in the next Marvel movie where I'm gonna be like, this was in Hawkeye. And they're
setting up the whole universe. There's a lot of like subtlety. Like I love it. I'm into it.
The new Black Widow. Blah blah blah.
They just set up Kingpin. Like it's
because
Daredevil is back in the MCU.
So,
like
yeah. Where's Luke Cage? Where's my husband, Luke Cage? Okay. Actually, 2 more questions I'm going to give. One of them I want to answer because I feel strongly about this. It's Jessica Chastain for me.
Who is Bryce Dallas Howard?
Mermaid.
Bryce Dallas Howard.
She was in The Village as the. That was the. And she was also on Black Mirror as the
Elle. She's Elle from Kill Bill.
Yeah.
Who is Elle from Kill Bill?
I'm sorry, that's
no. Bryce Dallas Howard is from Jurassic World.
Right.
Yes.
Blake.
I'm thinking of somebody else.
Okay.
Regardless, it's still.
You're talking about Daryl Hannah.
I am thinking about Daryl Hannah. It's still Jessica Chastain though.
Jessica Chastain's the one. That bitch can act down. Like for her to make me like her in The Help is a lot. Okay. That was a lot to do.
Miss Minnie don't burn no chicken.
She stood the fuck up for that lady, okay? Like, it did everything she could do. Last one, Mad TV or Living Color? In Living Color.
Ooh.
So, can I just say, I'm going to say not going to pick one because each of them had different sections that molded me. So, there's no way.
And Living Color was like the first Black, like, contemporary sketch show of that time. And it launched a whole genre of like they're kind of like father and son. Like I can't choose.
I wouldn't say in Living Color was like necessarily Black because I feel like In Living Color was very, very multicultural.
That's true.
So for me, it's In Living Color because I didn't really watch Mad TV like that.
I was introduced
it's
to
so
Jim Carrey.
I know Mad TV was so funny, but like In Living Color, just because like I knew J-Lo and Jamie Foxx and Jim Carrey. Like I knew other people who I had seen in other things prior to Mad TV that I was like, I'm gonna watch this because this has people in it that I know. Whereas Mad TV at the time did not.
So I was obsessed with late night television as a kid because my parents would fall asleep a little bit early and I would always be late. I was never asleep. So I would be watching the Def Comedy Jam and all that type of stuff on, how that would set up. Mad TV and In Living Color were my weekend shows. I think In Living Color was like Thursdays or something like that. And Mad TV was Saturdays. So I used to live and breathe for both of them. In Living Color introduced me to Jim Carrey, like way back Jim Carrey. And then, of course, the Wayans brothers. But Mad TV introduced me to the voice of fucking Lois from Family Guy, Alex Bornstein. And also our other girl, Whitney Houston, Deborah Wilson. Yeah, Aries Spears, Nicole, what's her face, that was also on Blackish. Yeah, like she's been in everything. I think I just resonated with the cast of Mad TV from the earlier years, not that last little season. That last season was weird. But the earlier seasons of it, it just something about Mad TV was always so goddamn funny. But in Living Color still was all I can't choose between the two. They helped. This helped these two. Even though in Living Color was mad homophobic and transphobic and all that. Like they all kind of were, just to be real. They all were. Phil Lamar's the coffee guy. The male guy, the coffee guy. No, sorry. Phil Lamar is on everything. He's on everything. Voices everybody, everything. He's Green Lantern.
Oh, he voices a whole lot of shit.
Yeah. Like it's insane. Yeah, it was. It was.
Everything's racist.
Yeah, the late 90s and early 2000s.
Yeah.
Twitter hadn't been born just yet, or at least not to the way it should.
Not in that way.
Yeah. All right, y'all. It's been a late night. We appreciate you so much for tuning in. Time for us to get our food and get our libations and go to bed or whatever we got to do. And I got a doctor's appointment in the morning. Let's start with me. You know where to find me. Linktree, Matty Rants. Grab a branch. Eat some fruit. Activia. Digest. Poop. Do all of those things. But find me at Matty Rants everywhere except for Twitter, which is at @MattyRants. And you already know what's up with every review on the planet on my channel, as well as the reactions on Patreon. Join my Patreon for as low as $1. Or if you want to donate more, that's fine. Also, because it is Christmas, ooh, tip jar. All right, I'm done. Dooley, social media.
Like, share, comment, subscribe. Go follow me over on YouTube here at Dooley Does Food. I just dropped a video where I teach you how to make an apple mustard glazed ham. Go watch that so your girl can monetize. You can follow me on Instagram at Dooley Noted with 2 underscores as presented below. That's DOOLEY__NOTED for all of my content. Or Dooley Does Food on Instagram just for the food pics. And then you can follow me on Twitter at _Dooley Noted _.
Awesome Blossom No Outback Steakhouse. Blake,
don't go there.
I don't go there at all. You can find me on Twitter at BARowley86 or on Instagram at Barf_1 or Rowley B, where you can follow me on my nail journey. She's getting a new set on Thursday. So if you have suggestions for what you'd like to see, I'm happy to take them. It'll probably go into my next nail journey because I have this one figured out already, but I'll take suggestions.
Successful. We love it. Thanks for listening. We appreciate you for tuning in. It's all love, Tori. Christmas. Okay. Thank you, Matty, Dooley, and Blake. The 3 of you made my evening. Take care. Thanks, Debbie. Thank you so much for doing a mini panel and the rant pack highlight of my rough day. Y'all, fuck those rough days, man. Okay, like. Boo when you test a burger, boo. Just woo-saw, baby. Keep pushing forward, honey. We're going to pop up on here. We're going to try to entertain you the best we can. That's what we do. That's certainly what the fuck I've been doing for 5 years. And I'll keep on doing it till they put me on the television. That was my chair. All right. Okay, I'm done. Thanks for tuning in. Have a great night, everyone. You'll see me for the Canada's Drag Race finale. I hope that'll be interesting. And then, of course, for the panel on Sunday. We'll see you next time. Bye-bye. And Coco literally is still on the screen. It's how we must end. All right, y'all.
Listen. Yeah.